I'm here before Just Blaze. I want to make that noted. Who comes before the host?
Dr. Dre walks in. And he plays I'm Leaving. And I went like this. It's like, this is the hook.
Right.
And I'm like, what? They're gonna laugh at me for wrong. He said, and you gonna laugh all the way to the bank. Capone is gonna look at this video like, oh my God, why would you say this after all these years? But it's the truth.
So you ready?
I'm not ready, but I'm ready.
All right, let's
cool.
get it.
Yes. This is fire. What y'all trying to make me cry?
Peace, this is Just Blaze. I'm here with the homie, the one and only Katty Customs, crafting sneakers for some of the biggest names in culture and chopping it up with them about the moments that inspire their artistry. Our guest today is a monster name in hip-hop and amongst hip-hop hosts. His show was a clear relative of Fresh Pair. They share drinks, we share shoes. As one half of Capone N.O.R.E, he put out an all-time New York City classic debut album with The War Report. The man who brought the Neptunes to street rap, and the man who first combined reggaeton with hip-hop on mainstream tracks. On Drip Champs, he's defined a genre of shows based on hip-hop storytelling, and in the process, has become a true representative and torchbearer in our culture. Ladies and gentlemen, from Left Rack City, Queens, New York City's own N.O.R.E is in the building.
By the way, I just want to let y'all know the budget is open over here. This is not no hood shit.
First of all, N.O.R.E, you know what I'm saying? Screaming. Because we've been wanting to have you on this show since the beginning. We do a sneaker check.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got to see what you came in
I had
with.
Louis sneakers, I had all type of shit, and I wore regular sneakers
but
today.
that's
These are called airport sneakers.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I
Those are
mean?
very
This is the
comfortable.
sneakers you wear to the airport. I was worried about my hair more than my sneakers. You know what I mean?
See what you got on, though. What you got on, son?
you know, we got, what are these called? I forgot.
Air Max
Air
90.
Max 90, yeah,
Max
Air
90.
Flash, though, those Katty, what you got on?
I got on the metallic gold Jordan 1s. You know, kept it simple. I put the gold laces
They're fresh,
in there.
though.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes you don't gotta go crazy.
Yeah, you ain't gotta go
Sometimes
crazy.
Yeah, sometimes simple.
You went crazy, though.
He went crazy.
Yeah.
You went crazy, because them is fly.
Thank you. These are Paul Rodriguez SBs.
Nice.
Light work, light work, light work.
We created something we've never done before. This is the first shoe we built from scratch. Shout out to our guy B for doing this.
Brian, what up?
Yeah. So you ready?
I'm not ready, but I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
It's
get
been
it.
here the whole time.
Been right here in front of you.
Yo, you mean I could have cheated?
You could have.
Okay, all
You
right,
could have.
cool.
All right,
All
let's
right,
get it. You ready?
Yes. Oh, this is fire. Holy shit. This is the Jordan 1s, right?
Yeah,
Does that say T.O.N.Y on there?
Yes, it
does.
does.
it does.
What y'all trying to make me cry? Like, what the fuck is this? You set me up like, what the, and you got the thugged out logo?
Yes.
Like you pointed out, we got T.O.N.Y right here on the top.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us in terms of just creating that record?
Nasheem, Myrix, and Carlos, the name of their company was T.O.N.Y.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does T.O.N.Y stand for? And it was like top of New York. And I was like, holy shit. And as soon as they said it, I was like, T.O.N.Y, invade and Y, multiply, kill a cop, me and you got beef, I got beef, T.O. And it was literally like that. Niggas trying to shit on me and make history. Supposedly, I was the man that was supposed to be the head of the clique. Lip seal, them niggas snitch. Go my thigh. I smoke bogey, sword like Shinobi, and shoot up your block to make you know me. That's not exaggeration.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
I was an idiot.
That's where your life was at that time.
I was a horrible person.
Wow.
But that record right there, it changed my life, but it also showed me how I wanted to perform. I wanted to go on stage and be like,
Right, had that energy.
and because you gotta remember, I'm like,
Yeah.
my energy is saying, but the flow wasn't. So Biggie called me,
Okay.
playing T.O.N.Y. He's like, yo, you mind if I do the remix? This is Biggie.
Really?
If anybody ever seen the Notorious Big movie,
Right.
it's at one point, he's in LA and he's making all these phone calls. And every time I see that part of the movie, I just start bawling because I know I was one of those
phone calls.
Oh, and you got to, okay,
You already know where it's pulled from?
this is the War Report. But here's what's crazy. Me and Capone literally named the War Report high in his mother's house. And we were watching CNN.
Wow.
And CNN was Channel 10.
Right. That's where that comes from?
Yes, everyone thinks it's like some ill, like intelligent shit.
Right.
No, we were high. And we were like, Capone, Noriega.
That's dope.
That's CNN.
Channel
that's
10.
dope.
But it was just simply that. And then
Right.
guess what the program was called? The World Report.
That's dope.
And we didn't have a title to the album. And we were at war at the time. We just like, fuck it.
The War Report.
Let's call it the War Report.
That's dope.
And it does sound like an intelligent title. Now that I'm saying it.
Right.
But I don't want to lie. I want to be just tell you honestly. Capone is going to look at this video like, oh my God. Why would you say this after all these years? But it's true.
What is your favorite track off that album?
The reason why Bloody Money is my favorite track.
Okay.
People think Blood Money is a real gangster song, which it is,
Right.
but it's actually a Rocky sample.
Wow.
I lay about 50 bars straight.
Wow.
I didn't know how to make 16.
songs, right.
And if you listen to it to today, the first verse is 24 bars and the second verse is like 22.
Right.
And Easy LP, he loved it, I loved it, but we knew that it was something wrong about it. Trash walked in, and then he just took the first 8 bars is the hook, which was New York, get the blood money, dirty cash, loud niggas smoke weed, car C stash, you monkey walk, a hunchback, you sleep quiet, talk about me, gossip. Everyone thinks I said gossip.
I thought I just learned something new.
Talk about me, gossip. Scared to death when I pop up. Everyone thinks I said casa, and I'm Puerto Rican, so I didn't want to correct nobody. I was just like, it makes me more Puerto Rican. It's fucking dope. You know what I mean? But we didn't know Capone was gonna get locked up. Something
When
we
in the
planned.
process did that happen?
It happened during the middle of that album. It was the most terrible thing. This is my best friend. This is my business partner. This is my homie. And we just met together in jail. We come home. We actually become successful. And in the middle of our success, you know, he catches a case. It was a horrible thing for me.
Right.
I was a little upset at myself.
Okay.
Sometimes I listen to the War Report. I can't listen to it
Why is that?
because I didn't like that person. Like, I'm not that person at all.
Right.
Wow.
I know who that person is, but I never want to be him again.
Right.
Not in a bad way, but in the most powerful way possible. I'm a
Absolutely.
father now. You know what I mean? Like, I've done more things, but I listen to that album and I'm like, that's pain.
Wow.
But that's what life and progression is about, right? You know, and speaking of progression, so the Blue and White is actually a callback to your first solo album. Because you had so many dope features on that album. That roster you had, how did you pull that off?
It started from the Firm out. Jungle called me.
Right.
He's like, you ever been to Miami? I was like, no. He's like, yo, get ready. You're gonna do a record for the Firm. I'm jumping up and down, but I don't want him to know that. Like, I'm like, okay. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna call you Tuesday. That Tuesday never showed up. It never showed up. So I'm sitting around patiently. I'm still selling crack. The War Report is out.
Right.
I'm actually still selling crack. I don't even
drink like that. I sell crack.
I sell crack. Ironically. 2 months later, they do call me. And they're like, yo, can you be in LA on Tuesday? I probably got $500 on me.
Right.
For it to be cheaper, I could have flew on Monday. Bought the ticket immediately. It's Nature session. I don't even belong in this session. Nature could have easily said, N.O.R.E, stay outside the fucking room.
Right.
In retrospect, it might have been a mistake on his part. I was too hungry, Just.
Right.
I was literally, when I was here, and then Dr. Dre walks in.
Right.
And he plays, I'm leaving.
Wow.
And I went like this. I'm trying to get his attention, clearly.
Right.
But he's like, you got something for this? And boy, did I have something.
Yes, you did.
Everyone knows Dr. Dre is known for like 15,000 takes. I did that shit in one take.
Wow.
And that was that.
Wow.
That's almost unheard
The
of.
whole
with Dre.
record.
Wow.
By the way, I did 3 verses.
Right.
Nature came in and was like, hey, this is some bullshit. You got to get the fuck up off a couple of these verses.
Right.
I knew what it was going to do. Right. And that record made me #1 in New York City.
Wow.
Immediately.
Amazing.
As soon as they dropped it, it was so powerful that AZ had to, why you gotta sneak your Queen's friend on?
Right.
So he snuck $500,000 on the album.
Right. I remember hearing about that.
They were some petty motherfuckers, bro.
Rest in peace, Half. Rest in peace, Half.
Then it was Pun, You Came Up. After that. Those 2 records made me a solo artist. I wasn't planning to be a solo artist. I was waiting for Capone to come home.
Right.
But those 2 records came out, and then that's when the N.O.R.E album happened. And the reason why was because they promised me that trip to Miami. I never went. So I went to Miami to record the N.O.R.E album.
Gotcha.
So the fact that you giving me a pair of sneakers with the N.O.R.E colors in Miami, and you don't even know that. I'm sure you didn't know that.
Nah.
Listen, God is real. Guys.
God is real.
God is real.
God is real. Yeah. No, we love these.
How you said when you did I'm Leaving, you knew what it was gonna do, right? When you did Super Thug, did you know?
I'm sorry, this is making me sound arrogant, but yes. And Pharrell's very embarrassed by the story. We was in Sound on Sound Studios, and he walked up to me. He had the tightest shirt on in the world. His choker, I could see his veins coming out. He said, people don't listen to me. The first person to listen to me is gonna have a #1 record. And for some reason, I was like, I believe you. But it was like Beauty and the Beast. Right. Like, I had on 5X shirts.
Right.
Wow.
My jeans might have been 94.
Right.
And he had on size small. He had on small. Right. I had on large. Right. And I looked and I was like, this chemistry is ill.
Right.
Do you know what parts was?
What was it?
That's how I counted bars. What? 1. What?
Oh,
2.
wow.
What?
Wow.
So I laid that, and then I'll come back and I'll make the hook later. And he's like, we got the hook.
Right.
And I'm like, what? He's like, this is the hook.
Right.
That's dope.
And I'm like, what? They're gonna laugh at me, Pharrell. He said, and you gonna laugh all the way to the bank. But I believed him.
Right.
I believed his energy. I believed he was from God. I believe he was God sent to me.
Right.
Every DJ said that record is too dark. It will never work. So if you look at the video, we never have a nighttime scene. It's only in the daytime.
Yeah,
Keep it
that's
bright.
true. That's
Wow.
By the way, they thought Pharrell was a gangster. He's sitting there. He's not really making eye contact with people.
Right.
People was looking at him like, oh man, this guy must be a Virginia gunslinger. And I didn't want to say he's a teddy bear.
Right.
As soon as Pharrell started to perform, I was like, this motherfucker's out of here.
Right. He's a star.
Yeah. Genius.
I know it's so easy for me to say that now, right?
In retrospect.
But it's documented.
Right.
I'm not lying.
Right.
You can actually YouTube this. You can Google the motherfucker out of this. Yeah, so I have that foresight. Like, you know, a lot of people ask me, yo, man, I never seen you and 50 beef.
Right.
Because his first 2 features was with me. But I literally was like, yo, I know where you're going.
Right.
Wow.
Swiss Beats, the same shit. You're going to get me in trouble. The Swiss was also arrogant. When you meet somebody that's arrogant, that don't have a name, it's just so ill. So I owed Nature. I was like, yeah, I intruded on his session. He has to be on my album.
Right.
Nature was the hardest person to fucking pick a beat.
Really?
And when I tell you, Swiss might have wanted to choke him. He played everything for Nature.
Right.
Nature would sit there, know he don't like the beat,
Right.
and just sit there like, nah. But we wasted 6 hours for your knob.
Going through beats.
You know what I mean? For your knob. So Swiss plays Band from TV. Nature writes that rhyme in 5 fucking seconds. Like, it was like the fastest. He was like,
Wow.
Big Pun sees my car. Big Pun is at Grapes Papayas.
Okay.
Yeah, he was eating glizzies back then. This is a fact. He feels this is some Queen shit going on.
Right.
He's like, you Queens, motherfucker. He sneaks in the booth. Pun was not supposed to be on Band from TV at all.
What?
This was a record for me and Nature. Pun sneaks in the booth, lays a verse. At the time, I smoked cigarettes. I come upstairs, the engineer's looking at me because he knows he just let Pun violate my record. And Pun is just looking at me like, you gonna erase that? And I remember this session so clear because Styles P was a mean person. You remember Styles P when he ate meat? Like, before he was vegan. Like, he came and he was like, you got weed? And I was like, yeah, I gave him some weed. And then he just rolled up the weed. He never passed it to me. I was like, what's his problem? Everyone else smoked with each other. He just looked at me and I was just like, you know, that's my weed. Like, by the way, I'll give Styles the keys to my house right now. Like, Ja Rule had lived down the block from me. So I had the 500 Benz, he had the Maybach. I had the little Hummer, he had the big Hummer.
Big Hummer, right.
So I would drive by this motherfucking car like, man, I need to make some girl music. Fucking with the dudes ain't working out.
Right.
I did make a girl record with Ja Rule. Leor comes, he said, yo, bring all of your crew to the studio. And I'm like, this gotta be some good shit. We go to the studio, he plays the video with me and Ja Rule. And I'm looking, and I love myself, so I'm like, woo! Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm my biggest fan.
Right.
So I'm looking like, woo, I'm killing that. My friends is in the video, so they think they killing it too. Right. They're like, yo, that's kind of ill. He's sitting there straight-faced. Right. And then he stops it, and he goes, this is popcorn. He said, let me tell you something. If you cut me right now, what do you think I would bleed? I was like, blood? He said, if you cut me, I will bleed Run DMC, sucker MC.
Oh.
Okay.
By the way, that's some hard shit to say.
All right.
She said, so I'm gonna ask you one more time, big boy. If I cut you right now, what would you bleed? And I was like, I'll bleed Super Thug. He said, exactly, Pharrell's waiting for you in Virginia. He had my car service downstairs.
Wow.
By the way, Leor's a gangster. And if you look at nothing, I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'm talking about, if you hear the vocal tone, I'm like, because Pharrell told me to study the Jungle Brothers. He was like, yo, study it, but don't use none of their words. Right. By the way, I thought he was fucking insane. I was like, what the fuck? First off, the record he gave me before that,
Right.
he told me to study Ice Ice Baby. Vanilla Ice, because, I'm sorry, Vanilla Ice. I couldn't fuck with your shit. Like, I'm so sorry, because I like him. I know he's named after Pappy Van Winkle. That's fucking gangster, right? Look at Holla Back Youngin. It's rolling.
Yeah.
Go to see the. No. That's fucking Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there studying Ice Ice Baby on my way to Virginia, and I was like, man, they gonna really laugh at me. But my second option was the JVs.
Jungle Brothers, right.
And it's Uncle Sam, Mike G, say what? That joint is slam. With his manager, Chris, the joint is slam. 5,000 booming watts. Sound system, state of the art. N.O.R.E, pop beat. Say what? That nigga's the man. With his manager, Chris, and that label the jam. Still flossing. Show on your watch. Ain't you dudes heard Grammy? Remember he stole your watch. It's the same shit. So I'm mad as a motherfucker because not only did Leor force me to go do this,
right,
but now the guy who me made history with is telling me, if you study it this way, we're gonna do it this way. If you take out the beat and you listen to that acapella, you can hear it in me, like, and I was wrong. That shit worked.
Yeah. 1,000%.
That shit worked.
Yeah, speaking of the violator, we have the V
Whoa!
on the inside of the shoe.
That's something I didn't see.
Yeah. That's a hidden gem.
Oh my God. I literally talked about Chris yesterday because it was like my first $1 million tour. When my father died, Chris, he flew out, and I remember him saying, we can either give this money back, or we could pay for your father's funeral and finish this motherfucking tour, because that's what he would have wanted. I needed that at that time. Like, Chris, I missed the shit out of him. I thought about him yesterday. That's crazy.
Wow.
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. And that's the only detail I didn't peep.
Oh, no, there's one other detail you might not have caught. The Fat Jump Man.
Oh, Pun.
From the Yeah Baby album. Y'all were on back-to-back records.
Yeah. Pun discovered something called a budget. I didn't know you could charge to do other people's records.
No, yes.
So Pun would hit me and be like, hey, such and such want to do a record with you. And I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, they got 25,000. I'm like, 25,000 what?
For what, right?
They're like dollars. And I'm like, really? But Pun was my management on the low. Like before Chris Lighty, like for real. And I was like, what? And I kid you not, most of the records you heard me and Pun on together is because he knew they had a budget and he knew they had a food budget. Okay. He was like, oh, let's go eat wings on these guys. And Pun was a real one. He would order 100 rings.
Wow.
He would order
I've seen it. 5
fucking pizzas. And I was skinny back then, but for some reason, me and Pun had the same stomach. Like I would eat just as much as him. The studio was so fun to me because we were being let out the hood. I've never went to the studio without doing 4 or 5 records.
Wow.
To this day. And yeah, so that run, best year of my life. Lil Wayne, later on in life, when he did all them features,
Right.
he was like, I was trying to copy you. I'm
Trying to replicate that run.
Like, I was like, what?
I want to turn to the back of the shoe.
Okay.
Right here, as you see, it's like
Drink champ?
Drink Champs, and this is taking the place of the Jordan logo. We had to make this
damn.
big because this you.
Get Jordan
right?
up out of here.
Yeah,
That's
get him
right.
up out of here.
All right, yeah.
So, tell us about that.
Drink champs?
Yeah.
When we first started it, it was working so much that somebody said, we should have weekly meetings. We fired him. It's the organized confusion that makes us what it is. EFN, he is the backpack rapper that doesn't want to leave the culture. Like and I'm the pop guy.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm selling out.
Right.
Like, I don't mind.
Right.
But that's what makes it work. And to this day, he won't DJ a party unless it's vinyl.
Really?
Do you
Wow.
understand how committed that is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very
Do you understand
committed.
the type of money that he's been turning down?
Yeah.
If you cut EFN, he's bleeding hip hop.
Wow.
I'll go on Instagram and I'll be like, who the fuck got nothing going on? I think he's dope. I remember who he was. I remember me going to Albee Square Mall, listening to his music. And I will interview this person, and that person goes viral. Certain people will call us and be like, yo, I'm back on tour. I'm back doing nightclubs. I'm back, got features.
Right.
And I'm like, that's what
That's
I do it
beautiful.
for.
What does that mean to you?
I don't know if you're calling me a chicken head or something. I don't know.
Dig
El Pollo
deeper.
Loco?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Do you know the story of El Pollo Loco?
Tell me.
They started to shoot state property too. PD Crack, my friend, gets locked up.
Wow.
I remember.
That role was for PD Crack.
That's supposed to be Petey.
The writer of the movie comes to see me and goes, "Look, here goes your lines. You're gonna be Pedro." And I was like, I ain't Pedro. My friend Down Leezy was like, that's that Pollo Loco. And I looked at the writer, I was like, that's exactly who I am. Made it up on the spot, Pollo Loco. And the writer was like, holy shit. He loved it so much,
Right.
he wrote the whole shit over
Right.
Wow.
just to cater to me.
What's your favorite N.O.R.E album?
My favorite N.O.R.E album is N.O.R.E album.
What is your most personal album?
Melvin Flint.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And what is the most album slept on?
Melvin Flint.
Oh, okay, okay.
I love Melvin Flint album.
What was the album that you had the most fun making?
N.O.R.E album, hands down.
Okay. What's your favorite collaboration track?
You're very mean. I think it would have to be Body in the Trunk.
All right, so if you take a look at the insoles, we
Damn,
talk
y'all
about
got
standing
more
on.
secrets?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talk
Okay.
about standing on your foundation.
Oh.
So when you stepping in them, you know, like.
I'm never wearing these.
Yeah, we want to show you some more insoles that we
Okay.
made for you too, so you can swap them out.
Okay, now I'm
So
gonna go
the
do
next one. Oh, what's the record? You know the record.
Yo, Paul.
Yo, Paul.
For going up, creep soon. You know, add this guard.
Write me letters, keep me in tune.
This is a very sad record.
Yeah, it's personally one of my favorite records on that album.
He was actually there when I recorded the first couple of bars of this.
Oh, really?
He went away the next day.
Got you. Wow.
Y'all want another funny story? We go to court. He's gonna kill me. Paul stuffs his whole asshole full of weed. Yo, you getting me in mad trouble, bro. So, obviously, we didn't tell the lawyer. We didn't say, yo, he got an asshole full of weed. He wants to be checked in. We couldn't say that to the lawyer. So the lawyer goes to the judge. He goes, we got one more record left to do on the album. If you could just grant us that, judge, and so he can have a career, so he can have something to come through. So the judge is like, all right, cool. We're all like, holy shit. I don't want to say his name, but the guy is right there like, hey, we ain't got no bud. And Paul is like, I got some bud. Paul goes to the bathroom. This guy is standing there holding a balloon, and he never asks, why's the weed in the balloon? That was his responsibility to ask.
Oh man.
It wasn't on us. So that's when I hear this record.
Right, that's for sure.
That's what you think about. That's what you think about when you hear that record.
I mean, the record is about me telling Capone to write me when he goes
When he
upstate.
goes upstate.
When he gets there,
Right.
write me letters, keep me in tune.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, he had an asshole full of weed. Okay, let's go here.
Yeah, and you already know.
You growing up Afro-Latino. As an artist and as a man, what is that existence like?
My father made me the man that I am by saying this. You might be born with 2 strikes against you. You're double of what people might not like.
Right.
So you gotta double outwork people. I always wanna be who I am. And because of me being a proud black man that happened to be half Puerto Rican, or a proud Puerto Rican that happened to be half black, is what makes me me. And by the way, you're cooler being you.
True.
Damn, I killed that?
Yeah, you killed that. So we have one more last surprise for you.
Oh, a surprise?
It's a
Okay.
surprise. We
All
had our
right.
girl Leor make this for you.
Holy
A
shit.
wallet, a custom wallet at the EFN.
Holy shit,
Yeah, so
this
that's
is
a little
EFN,
gift,
yo.
for EFN.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm giving this to EFN. Now, I'm gonna give this is fine. And that's ostrich. Y'all got budget, man.
Yeah.
I'm just letting y'all know they got a budget here.
I want to know, did we do you right with these?
Hell yeah.
And I have one more question to
Let's go.
ask you.
Come on. Let's go.
Are you gonna wear these courtside at the NYC game?
See,
next?
all right, cool. All right, look. Let me be honest with you. If it's something that goes with it, then yes.
Absolutely.
But if it's not, I gotta be honest. This is too special for me. I'm gonna find out somewhere else to wear these. I'm thankful. I really appreciate this. I appreciate y'all being on point
No
and,
doubt.
and,
Thank you
and
for
knowing
coming,
what to
man.
ask.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for N.O.R.E, please.
Ooh, I got a box too? Looking like Chick-fil-A. I'm in. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. These are very special. The camouflage, the N.O.R.E, the album. I don't know what you got for Rick Ross. I see you got Rick Ross coming up. I was reading his questions.
Hopefully my sneakers is better. I know they better, in fact. I just fuck with you, bro. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate
you, bro.
Really appreciate it.
Rap soon for sure.
Yes,
You on the road, safe
yes,
travel.
yes. Yeah, I'm mad open. Can I bring this on the airport? Or I should drop this in the crib?
Take it with you.
Yeah? You can get through? Okay, all right, cool. Now, they be taking my Louis Vuitton cologne sometimes.